I stopped drinking a month before my 60th, and I didn't want another 20 years to go with me being drunk and, not dealing with crap. I felt so stupid and shameful and guilty. I'm pathetic. I'm a loser. I don't want to be a loser anymore. Everything revolves around drinking. Christmas revolves around what are we drinking? Card night, what are we drinking? Salud, cheers. Like, oh no, please stop. Like, now that it's been a few months, it creeps me out that it's so normal. It's so normal. And people don't realize the poison that they're ingesting. This is for real this time because I'm freaking 60 years old. It's time. It's freaking time. 45 years is enough.
Today I have Kerri. She is a woman whose life looked picture perfect on the outside until the wine stopped working. From white knuckling her way through hangovers to questioning if she even had a problem, Kerri is here to share the moment everything changed and what finally made her say, I'm done. So trust me, you guys will want to watch this one. And thank you, Kerri, for being here. You're almost 6 months sober now. That's
Yep.
super exciting.
Yeah. Never thought I'd be here. I didn't
I
think
think
it
a
could
lot of us
happen.
do. So what did your relationship with alcohol look like at its peak?
Drinking every day, starting, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I wasn't a morning drinker. I didn't need it to function. I was very functional. Raised two kids, stay at home mom for 20 some years, and maybe 2 bottles of wine a night. If that was, I don't know, good night, bad night, at least one and a half. Because I mean, if there's still wine left, why are we not going to drink it?
Right.
And then COVID hit, I got sick and wine just repulsed me. So I thought, cool, maybe I'll stop drinking. Nope. Then tequila entered my life and whiskey. And someone told me that tequila was healthier. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm still drinking and I'm just being more healthy. Woohoo, yay me. So 2023, my husband and I had a rough patch in our marriage. We'll be married 27 years in November. And I was blaming him for the turmoil, drinking more. He stopped drinking. And we were both, healthy drinkers, meaning we could put away a lot. And he stopped drinking. And I kind of freaked out and said, okay, don't judge me. I'm not ready to stop. Don't judge me. And he's like, okay, I won't. So I'm watching him not drink. And I kind of slowed down for half a second and then got back to it. And things kept going in our marriage, and I was lashing out, and I'm an angry drunk. I know that. So that was horrible. And he's a saint for putting up with me. And there was a point where I realized this is really bad. And he had mentioned this book by Alan Carr, The Easy Way to Stop Drinking. And he got it for me, and I wasn't ready to read it because he told me people have said when they read it, when they're done with it, they're done drinking. And I was like, I'm not ready to be done drinking. I can't handle not drinking. So I kept drinking, and I was up to maybe 3, 4 Manhattans. So my tolerance level was super high. So he came home and he'd been doing really great, being super sweet, super understanding. And when he got home, I was drunk. I was 4 in, and I felt terrible because I'm like, he's doing all this work, all this positive, to do things right and to make our marriage right. And what the hell is wrong with me? So he came home and we were talking, and he knew I was drunk and I knew I was drunk. I started crying because I felt so guilty and so stupid and so like such a loser. Why am I doing this? Why am I freaking hammered when he's being so good? So I was sort of hyperventilating and freaking out. So he took me outside, and my daughter was home at the time, and we weren't fighting or anything. I was just freaking out because he was being so sweet. So I was outside and she had come out and she's like, what's going on? And I pointed at my husband and I was like saying something like, he's, because of him, because of him. And she goes, yeah, mom, it's the same old thing. You get mad at dad and then you get drunk. And that just hit me so like, God, I'm really screwing up right now. And my 18-year-old daughter is parenting me. And that was it. The next morning, I woke up and my husband was sitting at the kitchen, and I looked at him and I said, I'm going to read that book today. I think I'm done. And he said, okay, honey, super supportive. And I'm telling you, Megan, I read that book on Friday. It was a Friday. I read the whole thing and I was done.
Oh my
Done.
gosh, you give me goosebumps.
And I've never looked back. That book was a miracle for me because I've been drinking for 45 years, Megan. This I stopped drinking a month before my 60th, and I didn't want another 20 years to go with me being drunk and, not dealing with crap. So that's it. That's what happened. Thank God for my daughter.
Isn't it? That's I you know how many podcasts I've done with people saying that their child had said something, and it was even my own husband too. My daughter said something to him and he never touched it again. So he quit before I did also. And did the same thing you did. Like, "Oh, you're just gonna judge me?" Well, I was a lot like you, very angry, drunk, very,
Yeah.
you know, us
Confrontational.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm the one who says it like it is, drunk or sober. I'm the one to say something when people are like, no, no, let's not rock the boat. I'm like, we need to rock the boat. We need to figure this out. But boy, when I've had some drinks, it's like, hammer time. Awful, awful.
Yeah.
And I'm the apologizer because I know, oh, I fucked up again because I was drinking. Sorry again. Sorry. And, thank God my family loves me and my friends love me because I was really scared too to even tell anybody that I stopped drinking. So I just, would take my non-alcoholic beer to Super Bowl was the first thing in February, and then my 60th birthday we went wine tasting, and thank God they have non-alcoholic champagne and beer, and I was
Sober.
so convinced that I was going to be okay because the thought after reading that book, the thought of drinking again, I'm just an idiot now if I keep drinking. In my head, I'm like, I'm just completely stupid. And what am I doing? I have a great family. What am I doing? So I was fine. I was totally, totally fine. I was not wishing I could have just a sip or anything. I was drinking the non alcoholic champagne, which is fantastic. And I was great. And you know what? Newsflash, I'm still fun. I'm still engaged, in all the activities. I still dance by myself. If nobody wants to dance, I don't need to be drunk. Like I love to dance. So I'm basically the same person. And that's the reinforcement I was getting with my friends. Like you're like the same, Carrie. Like it's no different. You're just, they didn't say this, but I'm just nicer, I'm kinder, I'm more patient. So win-win, right?
You're not a raging bee anymore when you drink.
Yes. At times, yes, I could be so harsh and so harsh.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, you too?
Oh yeah. Started at a very young age, my anger when drinking. So I get that.
Yeah. It's all around. Like I grew up, every party, every high school thing, every function, everything revolves around drinking. So how are we supposed to not when it's pushed in our face constantly with every occasion? You know, sad occasion, happy occasion, you're nervous, have a drink. I remember being pregnant with my daughter, and my husband traveled a lot for both kids. And I was getting contractions at like 6 months. And, I it had been 7 years since I'd been pregnant. So I was like, oh crap, like what's going on? So I called my sister. No, hate on her at all. But she's like, just calm down, have a glass of wine. It's like that's the answer for everything. And looking back, I'm thinking, yeah, everything revolves around drinking. Everything. It's
So
a who.
I like how you bring that up because I want to ask, with your first pregnancy, did you consume any alcohol at all?
I did, and listen to this. So my doctor for my son, who was born in '99, I was hearing you can't have sushi, you can't have alcohol, you can't have anything, and I was like, shit, I can't even have a glass of wine once in a while. I mean, come on. So I go to my doctor and I said, so what can I not have? He goes, you can have everything you want. I go, what? He goes, yeah. I go, what about sushi? What about? a glass of wine. What about, and he's like, just moderate, just, once in a while, have whatever you want. Don't worry about it. And so I did, but no, I wasn't drinking a bottle a night, like for sure. No. But occasionally I would. And then, when I was pregnant, I didn't want to. And, with my husband, he's not going to be like, here, honey, have some wine. So with both pregnancies, I was not drinking heavily like normal.
So for my first pregnancy, I did everything by the book. You can't have the soft cheese, can't have the deli meat, can't have the bacon, you can't have this, can't have that. No alcohol, zero, zilch, nada. She came 6 weeks early, but my kids are 23 and a half months apart. And with my second, my anxiety was so bad that I did have wine. I was like, oh, well, my friends have had red wine. Their doctors have said
Well,
they could have red wine,
it's good for you, right, Megan? Red wine is good for us.
right?
We can drink red wine.
Yeah. Yep.
Ridiculous.
So I was pregnant during that solar eclipse here on the PNW or Pacific Northwest. Remember that in 2017 when the solar eclipse, the total eclipse was
Yeah.
coming through. We were like in the direct line of it. And my friend and I we were pregnant. We were just a few days apart from each other and we just had mimosas. We just lived our best life. I mean, Thanksgiving came, I had wine, Christmas came, I had wine, New Year's had wine. He came out. He was scheduled at 39 weeks because C-section, but he came out fine. And I was like, "Oh, so all these doctors that told my friends that they could have wine." I mean, it's just a it's we justify it in our brains one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, we
But I
did.
have but I what I did is I watched somebody when I was 18 or 19 years old drink when she was pregnant, but she would take shots. She would drink bottle after bottle after bottle. That kid did come out with heart defects.
Mhm.
And so here I'm justifying, like, well, I didn't drink as much as her.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Megan, I didn't drink in the morning. I didn't have any withdrawal, so clearly I was fine, you know?
Clearly, right?
Clearly
Yep.
everything was fine.
But you don't, but then according to some people, you don't have a problem because you didn't have withdrawals. We drank excessively and our behaviors were not the best just
Right.
because maybe we didn't, go to well, we'll get it just because you quit by reading a book doesn't mean that you didn't have a problem, right?
Right. Right. But I think, like, this has been a long time coming. When we first moved into this house, my son was 3. He'll be 26 in a couple months. And back then I was like, I need to stop drinking. My little boy, I need to like I've been thinking about it for years, 20 some years. And, I'd get reinforcement from my friends who I was drinking. I'd be like, you know what? I think I might have, no, you don't have a problem. No, you just drink with us. It's normal. It's normal. You don't, and I appreciated that. Okay. And their support, but that wasn't the case. And I knew it. I knew it deep down. And it just kept eating at me and eating at me. And I was a good mother because I wasn't drunk during the day, but like my husband, if my son had a game or something or needed to be picked up, I'd be like, John, you need to pick up our son because, and he knew why, but it was never really spoken because after 5 o'clock, I can't drive anywhere, right? That's terrible. That's terrible. I went to the games, but as soon as we got home, I had my drinks. Yeah.
'Cause your life
So
revolved around it.
it was consuming my life. And the older I got, like in the last couple of years with our whole marriage kerfuffle, we're great, by the way. We're both not drinking now, and it's the best it's ever been. And I kick myself, why didn't we do this sooner? But things happen when they happen, and I was ready when I was ready. And when I wasn't ready, I would never have been, so sure. I swear. And if I relapse, okay, I guess I relapse, but I have no desire. It actually makes me sick to think of taking a sip of anything. It makes me sick to my stomach. And just the statistics in that book about women and drinking is just mind boggling. And all the diseases that are connected to drinking, and still, everything that you see, every show on TV, every commercial, every billboard, everything's revolves around drinking, and it's so glamorous, and they're beautiful cocktails, and oh, it just It drives me nuts now.
Before you quit drinking, how many times did you watch a show or a movie and be like, "Oh, what they're drinking, oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna go get a drink."
Yeah, and like I watch a show and they're all having wine. Oh God, I gotta get a glass of wine. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm watching the show and I'm awesome too because I'm drinking wine. Like
Right?
that's stupid.
So stupid.
I want to be one of them. Like it's glamorized. I grew up with it being glamorized. My parents had awesome parties. And guess what? Hey, what are you drinking? So guess what? My sister and I had parties. Hey, what are you It's always what are we drinking? What's the cocktail of the hour? Did you bring your own boot? I mean, everything revolves around drinking. Christmas revolves around what are we drinking? Card night, what are we drinking? Salud, cheers. Like, oh no, please stop. Like, now that it's been a few months, it creeps me out that it's so normal. It's so normal, and people don't realize the poison that they're ingesting. And I don't preach because it took me forever, but it's really frustrating to watch my kids drink and my family and my friends drink, and a lot of times to excess. There's a lot of heavy drinkers around me.
So, let's go back to when you started drinking.
Oh, okay. I remember, so my sister was a grade ahead of me in high school. So freshman year, she was a sophomore and she had a sophomore friend, and then she also had a junior friend who drove. So every week, well, almost every weekend, we would somehow get a bottle of apricot brandy or peach schnapps. I can't remember which one it was. And we'd go, all the four of us in a car, we'd go to the park and we'd just pass around the bottle. And I was the vomiter. Okay. And my sister, like throughout my 20s too, I am the vomiter because I don't know when to stop. It's all or nothing for me. This is my problem. All or nothing. I can't go to Vegas because I'll have $100 and it'll be gone in 5 minutes. My husband can have $20 and he can play blackjack for 3 hours with $20. Like I'm all or nothing. So that was my first like remembrance of drinking and getting sick and just continuing to do that because that's what you did in high school. You got bombed at parties and on the weekends. Oh, and I smoked too. And the funny thing about the smoking is I can smoke like 2 packs with my sister in a weekend and then come home and not smoke for months. So in my brain, I didn't have an addictive personality, and I didn't realize that I was addicted to alcohol till I read the book. I had no idea that I was addicted. I just thought I'm so weak, I can't stop. What's my problem? I can stop smoking when I smoke like a fiend, and then it's not like oh god, I got to have some nicotine. But it never occurred to me that I was addicted, and I fully was addicted to the alcohol. And I just got to
Men
the point yeah, I just got to the point where enough was enough. It was finally enough.
would you say that you were more emotionally and mentally dependent on alcohol?
Oh, for sure. Like, the things my husband and I talk about now, we never would have talked about sober. I mean, drunk. Wait, what am I trying to say? We have sober conversations now, real conversations, honest, open, because we're both hiding our addiction, and that's not okay. And it's shameful, very shameful. But now that we're both sober, it's been incredible. And like I said, I kick myself because why did it take so long? It's so stupid. Why did it take so long?
Yeah.
Like you're way ahead of the game, Megan. And all the young people that I see you interview, I'm so thrilled because you don't have to wait to be 60 to do this. And for all the older people out there, it's never too late. I am a perfect example of that. I never thought that I could stop drinking because I was the one who kept drinking. People are like on to coffee. I'm like, coffee, there's still wine, there's still whiskey, there's still what do you mean coffee? It's 11:30. It's not time for coffee. 11:30 p.m. And that was me. I just kept drinking. So, this is a
I
miracle.
I like how you mentioned you can stop. I mean, you can stop at 60. You can stop at 70.
Yeah. Yeah. You
You can stop
can.
at 50.
Yeah, you can stop at 20.
Exactly.
I mean, I admire the people who stop early. It's fantastic. Unbelievable.
I just interviewed somebody and w he mentioned something to his son, so I don't know. The podcast is coming out, so it'll probably be released right before this, so people will understand what I'm saying, but we talked about how you actually have a choice, because his son was like, "Well, I have a choice, I don't have to drink," and it came down to, "Oh my gosh, this whole entire time I had a choice, I didn't have to drink."
And it's awful because people who don't drink are looked at like, what a square. Oh, you're no fun. Oh God, boring. Like, oh my God. I don't get that. And I think it's because of my age, and the people around me are around my age, and I think they understand it. Like maybe they're, and a couple of people, my friends have said, yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about cutting way back because it's not doing our bodies any good. We work out, we do, we eat well, but we ruin everything when we keep drinking. So I've been getting so much support, and I thought I was going to get so much hate. I thought I was going to lose friends like some people do, and I feel so bad, that they do. But I think it's the maturity and the age and the experience where people understand me, and they're probably thinking the same thing, but just can't do it. Everybody has their own time.
Right.
So I think that's the point I wanted to make when I lost my train of thought is my friends and family have been, excuse me, super supportive and not judgy and not saying, just have one drink. Oh, it's okay. No, none of that. Just, my dad said, I'm proud of you. Way to go. That's awesome. My sister too, my friends, they're all supportive. And I'm so grateful for that. I love them so much.
That is very I love that your family and close friends are supporting you because, like, yeah, not all of us have that.
I know.
Some of our family has turned against us because we quit
I
drinking,
which I don't
and it's
get.
sad.
It's
Yeah.
it's and it's their problem. I hope you guys know that. It's their problem. They don't want to deal with whatever they're dealing with. And you are dealing with it. And I think through my experience, I think they're threatened that, oh God, no, I can't deal with her because I don't want to deal with what I'm dealing with. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. They don't it's hard for people to deal with hard stuff. Hard stuff is hard.
Yeah, and when you're sober, you're not masking that, you're not escaping it, you actually
Right.
we have issues in our marriage because of our drinking also,
Yep.
and like, we're dealing with that. I'd rather deal with it now sober than when I was still drinking, because I'm sure if I was still drinking and we were dealing with what we're going through right now, there would be no there
Yeah.
would be no marriage because the alcohol would escalate it 10x and
Absolutely.
screw it, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think, my real down moment is when I realize I'm still screwing up and my husband's working so hard. What's wrong with me? Like I'm just stupid now. And that's when I felt so bad and had the breakdown because I was like, what am I doing? This is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long did he quit before you quit?
A few months actually, and then he started drinking again because I was still drinking. And I don't know if he, probably trying to deal with me because,
Mhm.
our little big kerfuffle in our marriage, I would lash out at him, and, he took a lot from me. So I think he went back to drinking a little bit to just deal with me because I don't hold back anything, sober, drunk, but it's really worse when I'm drunk. I don't filter, and I have to get it off my chest. And I'm the person, drunk or sober, where I am. If I'm nervous, if I'm scared, if I'm angry, if I'm happy, if I'm loud and obnoxious all the time. That's me. So, you know, I think he's very calm and mellow, and I think that's why I married him in the first place. He's a wonderful person. And so I think he was dealing with it, not knowing how to deal with me. And my
Good.
that was my rock bottom when I was still drinking and screwing things up.
And look, your rock bottom didn't come with flashing lights or a hospital stay or a rehab.
Oh my, Megan, you have no idea. I thank God all the times that I had to drive home like this because I was seeing double, oh, but it was only a mile away. It wasn't like, 10 miles. So that justifies me driving home, right? Like this. Thank God when I got home the next morning felt so stupid and shameful and guilty. And, I would still vomit occasionally from over drinking. And here I am pushing 60 and I'm still vomiting. Like, I'm pathetic. I'm a loser. I don't want to be a loser anymore.
I love that you say that because it's so true. I mean,
True.
I've been there. I can say it. I can say that about myself too, because it's like, how pathetic. I mean, what the hell was
So
I thinking?
stupid.
What was I doing? Why am I acting like this? I have children. I mean, what, we're gonna be 18 years old forever and just party like rock stars?
Yeah, apparently.
No emotional maturity ever.
No, no. And
But
I,
we're fully functioning, raising children. You raised your children. I mean, you have a 26 and 18-year-old. I mean,
yep. Yeah. And they're fantastic. Thank God. Thank God. I thank God, Megan, multiple times a day for my life and for getting me through my stupid decisions and me not doing something horrible or having something horrible happen. I thank God every day. I'm so grateful.
I think we got blessed with marrying the men that we probably did, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it sounds like yours is mellow and mine is mellow compared to me.
Totally. And, when he went to ask for my hand, you know what my parents said? John, are you sure? Have you seen her moods? I was like,
It
thanks a
doesn't
lot.
come with a return, like no return receipt.
Thanks a lot, mom and dad. Oh my God. So there's a little insecurity there, So that's why I was drinking. Yeah, he's an
So, do
angel.
you think you were chasing certain emotions when you were drinking or running
Chase.
from them? Like, do you think you were chasing like how you were feeling? Was there like an underlying like feeling that you were trying to escape?
So yeah, for sure. For sure. It was a total escape, stay-at-home mom. So I'd get bored. I'll go, oh, I'm just bored. Oh, but I liked the feeling of it and I liked not having to deal with issues and just yeah, I, numbing.
Numbing.
Looking back, it's so stupid. I keep saying that because it is. It's so stupid. I married a wonderful man and we couldn't connect because of our addiction. And now that we're both out of our addictions, we're connecting better after almost 27 years of marriage. What a waste of time. It's such a waste of time. So if somebody who's in an early marriage who and I always admire people who could just have one drink, one or two drinks and that's it, or I only drink on the weekends. How do you do that? Oh, I don't drink alone. What's wrong with your company? I drink alone. What I don't understand how people can do that because maybe they're not addicted. And I knew I was addicted reading that book and that's why I couldn't stop. And I had had enough after 45 years and reading the statistics and the just in your face, here's what alcohol's doing to your body. Here, this is it. This is it. I was done because in the book they're like you can have one more drink and this was the day after I had my four Manhattans. And I was like, I'm not having one more drink. I'm so done. I'm not done with the book, but I'm so done drinking. This is disgusting. I'm not going to have my they let you have one more drink when before you finish the book and I didn't
I think
because I was
he mentions keep drinking, like drink while you're
yeah.
reading the book.
Yeah, you can right because at the end you will not want to. And he gives you permission to have your one last drink, but I figured that night before was my last four drinks. And I just was
You're
so
the second one I've interviewed in the last couple months that have quit with an Alan Carr book.
really I'm telling you that was my miracle. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen Carr. And he's got him on everything, smoking, weight loss, anxiety. Like, he's freaking awesome.
I think so many of us try to numb so much when we're drinking and being a stay-at-home mom, it is the best like, the most rewarding, best job, hardest
Hands
job,
down.
hands down. When I quit my insurance job to be a stay-at-home mom, I said, "This is by far the hardest job I've ever done in my life."
Yeah.
And so what do you think a lot of us stay-at-home moms turn to? Alcohol.
Oh, because it's all over the kitchen towels, wine o'clock, whatever. Everything revolves around wine and drinking, and they push wine on women because women are the biggest consumers of wine, and they're making buku bucks on our ill health and,
Mommy
you
wine
know,
culture.
feeling socially accepted and what you happy hour. Come on, let's go. You deserve it. You've been home all day. Yeah.
I think it's like, let's pump moms full of wine, which alcohol is one of the number one leading things to breast cancer for women. So there's your alcohol money and there's your cancer money. I mean, it's just quite the industry. It's kind of, I just thought about that. Like they're feeding us lies about, oh, mommy wine culture or one glass is fine, but a lot of us can't just stop at one glass.
Right.
Let's be real. You open
It's
a bottle, you're finishing the freaking bottle or
absolutely.
two.
Absolutely. Because
And if
there's
you're
more.
done, yeah, or and then you're not done for the night, so you're grabbing the extra alcohol that's in the pantry or out in the fridge.
Yeah, and I mean, how many times have I gone somewhere, a party or just a friend's house, or they're here, their glass is empty and I'm pouring. My glass is empty and they're refilling, refilling, refilling. God knows how many times that has happened. And then I drive home with uh, stupid, 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 stupid. And thank you God for sparing me and other people with my stupid, stupid decisions.
We watch a lot of drunk driving shows now,
Ugh.
and one it's just I think drunk driving should have that this is a whole 'nother podcast topic, but I think the drunk driving is pretty much just a slap on the hand for some people, and those that don't hurt people while like, maybe their first 2 offenses, they're not from what I've seen on the shows, that some of these people that didn't necessarily, like, ruin somebody else's life, all they do is get a ticket and they're sent home, and they get their license suspended for 30 to 90 days, whatever,
I
and
thought it
it's
was a year. Anyway,
I
it
think
doesn't matter.
it's the state, because I think so what I've the last 2 nights we've been binge watched these shows, so if they submit to a breathalyzer, they get the 30 or 90 days, somewhere in there, I think it's per state also, but if you say no to the breathalyzer, then you get a year suspension.
A year.
Why is that even like, why? How many times have we jeopardize our life along with other people's lives, and, we're the selfish ones if we take somebody's life because we're drinking and driving.
That's right. They did not ask for that. And it should, I mean, I'm hoping it's going to come out sooner than later, just like cigarettes. Oh, cigarettes are good for you. Just so, it's so glamorous, blah, blah, blah. And then now, oh yeah, it's not good for you. And people still smoke knowing all of the bad things about smoking, but I'm really hoping that it comes out that way with alcohol. But I don't see it anytime soon because it's just everywhere all the time. It's that movie, everywhere all the time, everything, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So, you mentioned that you talk about anything and everything. So, what's one truth you used to avoid but now proudly say out loud?
One truth
Mhm.
that I
Like,
used to avoid and now say proudly out loud.
well, I mean, like,
Oh,
that who what some of these most shameful things that we've done and the most the regret, but now your life is sober. So who you were when you were drunk, what's one thing about drunk Carrie that, you're honest about now?
that I had a problem. I definitely had a problem. And I just chose not to stop. It was my choice. But it really wasn't. I'm proud to say I was addicted and lying to myself. And I'm a big believer in straightforwardness and honesty, and that was the one shameful thing I could not say that I was addicted and that I had a major problem. I just pretended like everything was fine. And for the most part it was until it wasn't.
I didn't realize I had a problem until I had a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's true, like, we don't wanna face it, do we?
No,
All the
who wants.
lies that we've said to ourselves, to others. I mean,
Yeah.
it gets ugly.
And that your life revolved around when can I start revolved around when can I start drinking? What time is it? When can I start drinking? How long is that concert? How long is that funeral? Is there something afterward? Is there going to be alcohol? My life revolved around when was I going to start drinking? Pathetic.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
So, how many times did you drink before events? I mean, sneaking it.
I think I did that in high school or like in my 20s. I can't recall doing that because I knew like afterward I could drink. And it wasn't like, "Oh my god, I'm shaking, I have to have some alcohol." So maybe I snuck it into, I don't know, a funeral that wasn't there was nothing after, but it's not like it was a regular thing. I could wait until a decent hour. And by the way, leading up to my major breakdown, it was getting earlier and earlier. And so I realized, okay, this is ridiculous. And this is super hard alcohol. It's 12 o'clock and I'm drinking because I'm like, I don't have to go anywhere. I'm not driving anywhere. My daughter drives on her own. My son doesn't live here anymore. My husband, he's going to come home from work and he's used to seeing me like this, or I'm acting normal. He doesn't know that I've been drinking. Yeah, right.
Biggest lie.
He
I
doesn't.
had another podcast with another mom who homeschooled, and people are like, everybody knew you were drunk. Nobody wanted to say anything. And it's so true. I've known people that have literally drank all day long, and they think that they're
Hiding it.
hiding it, and
Yeah.
it's like you're plainly drunk. You can smell it. I mean, you're slurring your words, you're not acting yourself. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we think, yeah, we're so clever. And it's funny. My daughter's friend came over. This was months ago before I even considered, not drinking anymore. And I like was making myself a drink. And it was probably 4 or 5 o'clock and my daughter was home. And she looked at her friend and she said, how did she put it? Mommy time or something like that. She looked at her friend and she's all, "Oh, it's mommy time." And I'm thinking, "Oh shit. She knows I'm drinking right now cuz she's not stupid." But it was like, she knows. Everybody knows. So we're really dumb to think that we can hide it cuz we can't. Our eyes show it, our breath, the way we walk.
And for people like me and you, our anger, for short-tempered,
Oh yeah, and
that
our
fuse too.
reactiveness. Oh yeah, my poor husband, I'm telling you, he's a saint. He's a
Is he
saint.
the same? So, you tried cutting back or quitting a few times
Oh,
or
sure. I could
sometimes,
do
yeah.
I could do like dry January. And I think it was pretty recent, like in the last few years. And I remember going, there was, I don't know, maybe it was a Super Bowl a few years ago. No, because that's in February. Anyway, it was some family thing. And I remember saying, "Oh yeah, dry January, I'm not drinking." And I remember somebody saying, "Boring." Like, no big deal. And I thought, yeah, am I boring if I'm not drinking? Okay,
Nobody does that when you say I'm doing a no sugar challenge for 30 days.
nobody says that.
No.
No,
So
no.
that you're boring because you gave up alcohol for 30 days.
Right. I wonder if I walked in and said, "You know what? I gave up heroin for January." Would they be like, "Oh, come on, just have one shot, just one shot of heroin. Come on, in the vein, right here, just one." Nobody would do that. You would think they were crazy. But with alcohol,
Celebrate.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
No. Or all the people now, I don't know if you've gotten this since you quit drinking. "Oh, yeah, good for you. that's, like, so cool. I should probably, cut back too, or, "Yeah, I've tried a couple times." Or they justify, "Oh, I don't really drink that much. I only drink," and then it's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I just had a beer at noon, at 3, now I'm drinking another beer." Like, "Oh, so you don't drink that much and it's only beer? Okay, cool." I've known people that have passed away from White Claw. I
Mm.
mean, like, you can't justify
It doesn't matter what.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I try not to judge because I'd be really pissed off if somebody said that to me. Like if you know what I mean, if it wasn't me that was sober and I was still drinking and somebody said that to me. So I am very, very understanding because it took me all this time and okay, yay me that I've stopped, but I can't preach and push it on people. I'm sad about it. Instead of anger now, Megan, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Still seeing the people I love drink. And I'm just sad instead
Okay.
of mad.
Can you dive into that a little bit more? Like, it makes you sad. What part of it makes you sad?
Seeing a relative actually fall down drunk because they're so drunk at a family gathering, recent family gathering. Very sad. And my daughter getting very mad seeing that. It's embarrassing for them. And it's embarrassing for my kids to see that. I understand it because I've been seeing it for a lot of years, and they're not ready to stop yet, and I don't think they ever will. That makes me sad that this is their life, and I wonder if they had stopped a few years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, how different their life would be.
Is this a
And
relationship that can be kind of, um, like, bettered if they quit drinking?
oh, for sure, because you know what? Nothing has changed in years with
Yeah.
certain people because nothing has changed in years. So nothing can change. You have to want to change. And that's the sad part. They don't want to be better. They don't want to change. That's
So
sad
you're
to me.
sad because now you see the other side and how sad it is for them not to want the same change that you're you're making because you realize how much better your life is now without
My re
alcohol, and you
Yeah,
can
and my
see how their life could be
yeah,
better also.
yeah. And how much more honest would their relationships be? What would they tackle if they weren't numbing all the time? What would they resolve? What would they have to deal with? And it would be amazing. It makes
Do
me sad.
do you think this particular individual sees that they have rooted problems that are keeping them drinking?
No. No. It's just who they are.
It's just who they are.
It's just who they are and what they
Just who
do.
they
And
are.
it's too late now. It's never too late. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It's never too late.
And it's sad because these types of individuals are ruining relationships with people that are so sad watching them destroy themselves, right?
Yeah, and what's sad too is I just wonder what could have been. I wonder what could have been for them. What could they have
Yeah.
done? What would they have done or been like? How different would it be? The wonder of it all.
And it's so sad because yeah, you can't help, the unwilling. You
Yeah,
have to lead by example and you can just hope and pray that one day it catches on. But it is very sad seeing people that are close to you just be so oblivious to what alcohol actually does to their life and the ones that love them.
right. And I have to get used to my new normal of sitting there watching them continue. And getting bombed and not being able to talk and not remembering, and that was me. That was me. So who am I to judge? But it's a hard reality to watch now because like I said, it's sad.
Yeah,
It's awful.
I don't think there's a judge I and, a lot of people say, that now that we're the ones not drinking, they automatically assume that we judge them, and it's like, it's not a sad thing, or I mean, it's not a judgment thing, it is a total sadness thing. We are sad
Yeah.
for you. We are sad for what you are missing out on and what you're doing to yourself and your family. We're not judging you for drinking. We're just sad for you and what you could be without alcohol.
Right.
We've
Absolutely.
all been there. I mean, those of
Yeah.
us that are watching these podcasts have been there, and
Yep.
those of us that are on the other side know exactly what we're talking about. But until you're on the other side, you will have no idea what we are talking about, and that's the sad
Yeah.
part.
And I love my kids more than anything. I know you know how that feels. And
Mhm.
I'm thankful for kids because I always said kids are the best teachers because they are. They just say it, they just tell you like it is. And I love that. I love that. We need to keep our inner child and just dance when we want to and hug somebody when we want to and tell people stuff. Like, I love you. You're so beautiful. Look at your beautiful blonde hair. Or, you know what? You're being a real jerk right now. Stop it. You know?
Yeah, it's a really good point.
Like, just be honest.
Yeah.
Why do
Be
we,
like my
why do-
7-year-old. Be like my 7-year-old. That's
yeah.
her. Just say it how it is. I'm like, dude, please no. What we talk about, please just keep it between us. The world doesn't need to know. What happens in our house happens in our house. You don't need to tell people that, oh, mommy doesn't like to host anymore. No, I mean, come on. Just-
Yeah.
But at least you said it, I guess, right? I didn't have to say it.
Gotta love kids. And I always knew I wanted to be a mom. And thank God for my kids because thank God for my kids. They keep me they're my reason for being. I always tell them, "You're my reason," when they were little and even now, "You are my reason for being, the love of my life."
People have to realize what they're doing to our to themselves and their family without, we can't be pushy, right? Just show up.
Absolutely. And people are ready when they're ready, and some maybe they're never ready because they don't want to deal with whatever they're not ready to deal with.
Exactly. And I think that's where once we get sober, we realize what boundaries actually mean
Yeah.
because some of these
And
we have to have those fine boundaries.
yeah, and I know some people in my world think an alcoholic and a drunk person, is the guy on the bench with the, paper bag and holes in his shoes and, not working and can't walk. Otherwise, you're not an alcoholic. If you don't look like that, you're not an alcoholic. You just like to drink and you like to have fun.
Right? Yeah. I always said, I'm like, okay, so if I went to rehab or was in some type of recovery group, would these family members take me more seriously?
Interesting, huh?
Yeah. Just because I chose one day, 3 weeks into 75 hard or something like that to quit drinking, does that not mean that I didn't ever have a problem? When clearly they know that I had a problem because they said, "Well, it's a good thing that she quit drinking." It is a good thing that I quit drinking. It's a good thing that you quit drinking. Right? Nobody wants to deal with this.
It's so they love us, Megan. What are you talking about?
Love us. Oh, could you imagine our husbands having us together back in the day?
Oh my God. I've like stopped and started a few things, which I'm sure you have too in your life. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking some of my close people in my life are thinking, let's see how long this lasts. Oh, so how long has it been? Yeah, she'll go. Yeah, I'm thinking she'll be drinking at Christmas or, I'm just I'm thinking out loud, like, maybe that's what some people in my world are thinking. And that's okay because I have, stopped and started things before. And I can truly say that this is different. I'm so done.
S Do you take that energy and stay sober with that energy? Because I did the same thing. I knew people were doubting me, and I took that and I ran with it.
Well, I don't feel like I need to keep that in my mind because like Megan, I truly feel I'm so done that it's not a constant thing that I have to, not that you have to, it's not a constant thing that I'm thinking about and proving, but it's just going to be this way now. And, you know, this is just me now. And I'm kind of still the same, just nicer and more patient.
Yeah,
So
well said.
I,
So,
no, I was just going to say, I can't wait to get to a year. I can't wait for Christmas that I won't be drinking still. And people will be like, what?
see, that's what I
Wow.
mean. There's something about just yeah, we're doing it for ourselves, but there's something inside of those of us that have that personality,
Yeah.
that have the big "F you, I did this and I'm gonna do it, and you're not gonna watch me ever fail because I'm on this."
Yeah. Yeah. And I would have said F you if I was drunk. But right now I'm like, just watch me. Yeah. Just watch me. This is for real this time because I'm freaking 60 years old. It's time. It's freaking time. 45 years is enough for me.
Time to outgrow alcohol and have a better life,
Yeah.
healthy, wise, and be there better for your family.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
S So you woke up that morning after those Manhattans, and did you have withdrawals or were you hungover? I mean, were
Oh,
you hungover?
of course I was hungover. I felt like shit, physically and mentally. And I could not wait to read the book because I was so ready to stop the madness and sat down and I read it the whole thing on Friday. The whole thing because I was so ready, Megan. I was so ready. What was it?
Would you consider yourself having withdrawals, or was it just a hangover for, like, a day?
Um like what I don't know. I don't even know what withdrawals would look like. I don't remember. I knew that like sweets were important because there's a lot of sugar in alcohol. So like I was eating more sweets and I'm not a sweet girl, I'm a salty girl. So yeah, I probably ate more sweets, but I don't remember, oh my God, I had such this. Oh wait, what? No, no, that's not true. I was so tired. Like the first couple weeks, I was exhausted and I was trying to research like why am I so tired? And I read something like your body is finally saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, where's the alcohol we got to fight? We don't have to fight anymore. We get to rest." And that's what my body was doing. It was like I was so tired and I was just sleep not like, all day every day, but there were days I would just stay in bed and I could just sleep because my body was recovering from not having alcohol.
Yeah, they say it takes at least 3-ish weeks to start finally getting your energy back.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. That's what happened.
Mhm,
And I couldn't figure it out. And then I researched because I was just so curious. What's my body doing? What's going on?
mhm.
So sweets and being super tired for sure. And that
I
was
would
all.
kick that sugar crate or the alcohol has, those a lot of people talked about the sweet cravings
Yeah.
when they first quit.
Yeah.
I couldn't personally. I was doing the challenge, so I couldn't have sweets. I made my own,
Oh,
but
wow. Were you
I feel like
suffering a little bit?
I found ways to make chocolate pro so I use chocolate protein powder in
Mm,
treats.
that's good.
So I got that sugar craving
Right.
fix.
Good.
But now it's on to ice cream. So
Did you have
told
ice
my
cream
hus
after your hike today?
no, I had 2 scoops yesterday, and I told my husband after we got home, I said, "You know what? I'm done. I will stop taking the kids to ice cream for the rest of the summer, which is just 2 weeks, and I will take them to snow cones because they love snow cones
Mm.
probably more than ice cream, so I'm not suffering my children those." that I may say something. They like snow cones better. So I'm that's my plan of action. I will take them to snow cones. They'll play
Awesome.
at a park,
Awesome.
and if people come to visit me, yes, I will not say no to ice cream. However, I'll get the kitty size, not the single scoop. That's my plan of action. Say if I say it out loud to the public, then it'll help me stay accountable. But so you didn't have typical withdrawals like some of us or some people have shared on the podcast.
I may have had
A form.
probably headaches for a few days or something, but nothing really stood out like, oh my God, I had no idea that, this was going to happen. Nothing really like tiredness, sugar, and like I said, maybe a couple headaches here and there. But for the most part, I'm telling you, not that hard. I was shocked how easy it was. And I think it's because I was ready mentally and just done. I was just done.
So, what part of the book stood out the most to you?
Um, that it's poison. And when alcohol goes into your body, it turns more poisonous. And I'm flabbergasted at the incredible machine that our bodies are to fend off the consummation of alcohol because our bodies are amazing, incredible, and it's poison. Why would I drink poison after? It's like somebody handing me a bottle of, rubbing alcohol and saying, drink this. Here, give this to your 18-year-old. Give it to her for her party tonight. Why don't you pour a
Just
glass for
some
your,
paint thinner. You want some paint thinner?
yeah, why don't you pour a glass of paint thinner for your sons at dinner so he can have paint thinner with his steak? It's crazy to me.
But it's red, so it's healthier, right?
Oh yeah, red wine with the resveratrol. Yeah, that's what they pushed. Oh yeah, it's good for you. Yeah, if you consume 20 gallons, you get like this much of the goodness. You know what I mean? That's how much you have to consume. Not 20 gallons, but a lot. So like a couple
But
glasses of red wine is still poison.
you get antioxidants from grape juice. Why not just drink grape juice instead of wine?
Well, because there's no money in grape juice.
Darn Welch's.
I'm telling
Good
you,
point.
money, money, money. That's the main thing. It's not okay. It's not,
Another book
and
that I read.
the book
Oh,
said we've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed to
yeah.
think red wine's good for us, to think you deserve a glass of wine, to think, oh, wine tasting is fun. It's an event. Oh, we've been brainwashed, pretty much. That's another thing that stood out. And not realizing that I was addicted.
So, for people that are still confused about being addicted, what would you say to them? Because a lot of us are in such denial and just play it off.
Right. Like,
But since you read the book, a lot of us don't think we're actually addicted because we keep comparing ourselves to other people
right.
that have a worse problem, right? You know,
Yeah.
the typical
Yeah.
the bench with the
Yeah.
holes in their shoes.
Yeah. Look, if it's hard for someone to stop and you haven't reached a point where you're like enough is enough and you can't stop and you want to stop, you might be addicted. If you can't stop and you want to stop, you might be addicted. I just thought it was willpower and, habit. It's just a habit. It's 5 o'clock. It's time for wine. It's time for a drink. And again, the glamorization of it, the normalization of it. It's normal. Everybody goes to happy hour. Everybody celebrates with alcohol. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Shit. How do you get away from that?
Yeah. I mean, there is no scientific proof, and that is all coming out. You can read all the articles, you can go find them, research them, but there is no scientific proof that wine or any alcohol beverage can replace healthy lifestyle habits for heart health. And that's what, "Oh, well, I'm gonna drink red wine because it's good for my health." I remember during COVID, I was like, "Oh, I didn't get COVID because I drank alcohol."
Wow, that's good
Stupid,
thinking, Megan.
right? I was brainwashed. Watching all these
Yeah,
TikTok videos that I'm no longer on TikTok, but watching all these TikTok videos of all these stay-at-home moms just getting wasted all day long. What else do you do?
exactly.
But, oh, it's not gonna give me COVID. I mean, I stayed healthy. I'd put my emergency in with my vodka because I saw it
Oh
on
my
TikTok.
god. Oh my god. Yeah, I
Things
mean,
that we tell ourselves, right?
yeah, the things we tell ourselves, and thank God we get older and wiser, and I'm speaking from experience, obviously, but you know what you know. And if someone asks you a question and you say, I don't know, you're lying because you know what you know. And, yeah, I don't know what the square root of whatever 9,000 million is. I honestly don't know. But if somebody asks me a personal question, of course I know. And I can be in denial if I don't want to share it. And I was. So people who say if asked a question that's very personal and, do you think you drink too much? Absolutely not. Of course not. Who wants to look at that? Who's going to say, you know what? I do. And I'm really worried about myself. I think I should probably stop. Maybe I should call AA. Or maybe I should read a book. Who's going to say that? Nobody. Nobody's going to say that.
No. It's that first step that's the hardest.
It's the hardest. And you're ready when you're ready and not before.
And I hope some people are not ready when it's too late.
Yeah. I hope the same thing. I hope people will be brave enough. Like, I think you're so brave. I love bravery. I think I'm brave. I know I'm brave. Um, so just be brave, people. What's the worst thing that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen? And it might just be in your head that like this could happen. Because I thought I'd lose people. I haven't lost anybody so far.
Because you're a better person sober. I mean,
Yeah,
you were fine when you were drinking, but now you're a better person. People can handle your patience more, right?
absolutely. I can handle.
And I am
Yeah.
just saying this because I sound very similar to you. So
Yes.
I've lived, maybe I'm the younger version, but at the same time, I mean, I was very, you can ask any of my friends, my husband, how ridiculous and angry I would get.
Yeah.
And if you got angry, you the chances of blacking out, I mean, it was
Forgetting. Yeah.
yeah.
What did I and being so embarrassed the next morning, not wanting to know what I said or did and not asking because I don't want to know.
No,
I know something
don't tell
happened.
me what I did. Don't tell me what I did.
It's horrifying. And then just the feeling in the morning. Like, I love to work out. I don't miss a workout unless I don't get sleep. I really need my sleep. And I am sleeping better. But sometimes, my daughter's at a party and she's not home yet. And I wait up because I'm a mom. So I'm not sleeping. I got to get up at 6 or whatever. So I miss a few workouts, but I miss so many workouts because I was hungover and, or I was afraid I could still, they could like smell the alcohol on me from the night before. So it just doesn't it didn't serve me when I was really into it. And it doesn't serve anybody at any time, is what I'm finding out. Alcohol doesn't serve anybody at any time, any place, anywhere. It's just bad. It's poison. It is poison. Stop poisoning your body.
I think that's I'm so happy that you brought that poison part up because when I released that first video, I had so many comments rushing in about how alcohol should be on a hardware shelf and how it's asbestos and it's ethanol and it's in
Yeah.
our perfumes and I mean the list is I mean Formaldehyde. Uh,
Yeah.
Literally, it's poison, and that is one thing that's definitely scared me away from alcohol.
Yeah.
There's enough poison in all of our foods and air that I
Absolutely.
don't need to be consuming it on purpose.
Purposefully, right? How ridiculous
Yeah.
does that sound?
I mean, because
Yeah.
people will attack me all the time. Well, milk is cancerous, meat is cancerous. No, you know what? Like, come on.
Yeah, no, shut up.
Alcohol. Alcohol is poison.
They're in denial.
Exactly.
Denial is
Exactly.
many people's friend. It was my friend for a long time. Not my
Yep.
friend
I
anymore.
mean, a vegan's gonna tell you meat is bad, and a meat eater's gonna tell you vegan is bad.
Yeah.
But let's be real, alcohol, I mean, we're gonna defend our alcohol to the core, but we gotta be honest with ourselves. It's poison.
Mhm. It's poison.
The
Period.
amount of yep. I'm gonna go fill up my tank with what I drink. Yes,
Exactly.
obviously, there's a percentage.
And my
I know.
car will run. My car will run.
There there is a YouTube channel of
I
this
know.
guy actually running his vehicles on bottles of alcohol from the legit liquor store, and I know that
It's
sounds so stupid, but, I mean, he goes into the liquor store, pours it into these cars, and drives it, and that if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know
right.
what to tell you. You're
But,
that naive to it.
year after year, the glamorization of it, people don't wanna hear it. They don't wanna hear it
Mm-mm.
because they don't have a
Right.
problem. They don't have a problem.
So for all of those, for everybody, but you're 60 years old, there's hormone changes, you've been a stay-at-home mom for 26 years. What would you tell someone who is navigating trying to quit, questioning if they should quit, sober curious, or struggling with quitting? You know, it's a struggle.
Go on your Amazon account and order Ellen Carr's book, The Easy Way for Women to Stop Drinking. Or just, if you're not a woman, The Easy Way to Stop Drinking. If you're a smoker, get the smoker one because Alan Carr smoked 100 cigarettes a day and he was done and he figured out and he quit cold turkey and it worked and he figured out an easy way because I'm lazy too. People are lazy. I'm lazy. I wanted an easy way. So when when that book said the easy way to for women to stop drinking, I'm like, okay, I want to do that because I want to be easy. I don't want to go to AA meetings. I don't want to. And God bless AA. It's helped so many people. But I wanted an easy way, and I wanted comfort, and it just totally worked for me. Completely worked. 6 months in almost, and I don't crave it. I don't want it. It makes me ill thinking that I will put that to my mouth again.
I love it. And you're showing up for your husband, your children, you're leading by example. Whether you think, they're watching you closely. I mean, kids
Yeah.
know
Yeah, they do. They do.
and stopping now. And so, I mean, we're not in control of our kids once they get to a certain age and we can only lead by example. I understand that. But
Right.
at the same time, at whatever age your child is, they don't want a drunk parent.
No. Nobody wants a drunk parent. Nobody.